This video is made for an adult audience. Hey Brick fans, welcome back to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes I have baked. I'm Jacob and today it's time to do some work and put in the raised section in my Lego city. If you've seen my last 4 or 5 videos, you will know that I've been working on a raised section for my Lego city, and today it's time to put it in. So without further ado, let's get into it. There's been more suggestions for this, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but there is one that I'm going to look into, and that's this right here. I had a suggestion to change these dark red masonry bricks to tan, and I remembered I have this great big pile of 1x4 light tan bricks with masonry profiling. So I think, yeah, I'll try to change the red here with this light tan to get this television to pop a bit more. But other than that, I have to work on getting this into the city proper. That's the walls switched with tan. And I think that looks good. Certainly makes this television pop much more. And I've used some non-masonry bricks too, just to give some variation in the wall look. And I think that looks pretty good as well. So yeah, now I need to start moving the whole raised section into the city. And that definitely sounds much more simple than it really is. I basically need to move all this to push the raised section up in that corner where it belongs, and the raised section isn't modular, so I can't take it apart in any way. So I just have to move all this and then move that raised section into the corner and then move everything back in a new order. That's most of the city out of the way, or at least as much as it needs to be. I also need to move the train station where the raised section is actually going to be. The train station is going to move way down there because this table is almost double the size of what you see here. So there's plenty of room for that down there. That's where that's going to go. I've also got to do something with these roads because this format, this square here, is probably not going to fit with the raised section, but we'll look into that at a later point. The important part of this is to move this right here over there. So that's what I'm going to work on at this point. Finally in place. I like it. Now I've just got to place some modulars on top and I can get back into moving everything into place. It's going to be exciting with those modulars because I just realized maybe I should have put those on top before I pushed it in place. But on the other hand, I think the risk of something toppling over, something getting smashed would be relatively high if I pushed around with this while modulars were standing on top of it. So I think this is the right course of action. I might have to crawl a bit on my table, but I think that'll be fine. And apparently, seemingly, nothing broke. Nothing really important broke, at least. There was one of the cross beams that's adding stability to the whole raised section that fell off behind the table. I can see it underneath, so I could potentially get it. It's quite a far way away underneath the table to get all the way over there, but I think if I stick in a broom or something, I could actually get it. But for now, this is perfect. This is just what it should be. Of course, details need to be added. The road up on this raised section needs to be done something with, but other than that, this is perfect. Now I just need to move everything else into its place. As you can see, I've placed the train station right here. This is a temporary spot, whereas the raised section is very much in the place it's going to be in the end product of my city. This is going to be moved down there, right over behind everything, way over there. And there's one thing I can do at this point, even though it's not in the right place. I can add a plate beneath the train tracks, because that's what's going to be needed once I want to add ballasts. The problem with the tracks of my train station is that these tracks are not the same distance from the edge of the base plate as the tracks that's running underneath the race section are. The race section train tracks are a distance of 4 studs from the edge of the base plate, which means these are not at the same place. My solution to that is to add a layer of half plates or 16 by 32 plates out here, and then add a switch track here. So the train will actually be running along on the train track that's beside this one, but has the correct distance from the edge. But for now, I'm gonna peel all these tracks off and get some plates underneath so the ballast height is matching. That's a plate added underneath the tracks. Now I'm not going to add the ballasting right now because I'm not 100% sure I know what it's going to look like. So I'm going to leave it like this until I actually get an idea of what I want to go with. You may be wondering about this section over here. The thing is, I am planning to have another raised section here, which is running right along the wall, and the train tracks will be running beneath those, or that, and come out here and then run all the way down along this side of the city, all the way down that way, about, I think, 2.5 meters that way, and then turn around, go all the way back and come in beneath this race section again. A look back here reveals that the train track is coming around the corner down there and is continuing down this way, and I think it's going to have to turn from about right there where the light base plate, the light tan base plate is sitting. It's going to have to turn right there and end up out here somewhere, which is going to fit pretty good, I think. Now there is an edge here which I'm wondering what I should do with. I am thinking I could add some base plates that I cut, which would allow me to etch my city all the way out here, which I think would look good. If not that, I have to come up with something for this little edge here, because this is going to be annoying in the long run. But a cut base plate might do the trick and allow me to add something interesting here on the edge. This road system right here is temporary, and these lights are not even supposed to be here. Sorry. These roads right here are temporary in the sense that the system in itself, the way these are made, is the thing I'm going for the rest of the city. However, this square thing in and of itself is temporary. I'm going to do something about this so it'll fit what's actually going on here a little better. Here at the end of the raised section, the idea is to have some kind of mountain or cliff side where the train will run out from, and then into another small mountain or cliff where the Ninjago city will be placed on top of. So we have the train running beneath the Ninjago city, maybe some kind of waterfall or something, which I think would look good. And then further down that train line, the train station is going to go. But for now, this is definitely the most finished part of the city, and I've got to admit that I do like this view right here. I like that raised section and the way it brings out the modular buildings. I can't wait to actually get those walkways up there done, because that's going to look great, and I can't wait to get started on the other raised section. But for now, I'm going to add in some of all those vehicles I have lying around just to liven up the place just a bit while it is temporarily in this state. Minifigures really adds life to a city, and I think this is coming alive very, very nicely. Now, I've actually just completed the other half of the bookshop, and I am wondering where I should put that. Of course, it wouldn't make a lot of sense just to put it right next to the actual Birch bookshop, but I was actually thinking I would move this 1/2 plate this way, then just add it there. That looks interesting, I think, and I like that it's embedded like this. It's not completely at the same level as this one and this one. I like that it's sort of pulled back in that way. That looks interesting, I think. You could argue that it's a bit too much teal going on right here, but then again, it matches, and that's pretty nice too. In the eventual layout of the city, I'm not sure these are going to be next to each other, so it's not that big of a problem. The plan is, as I've mentioned already, to have this on another raised section right here. So whatever is going on here right now, that's going to change. I'll leave you folks with some glamour shots to take all this in, and then I'll see you back for a roundup. The raised section has now been moved into my city, and I think it looks great. There's a lot of work still, but I really like how it is turning out at this point. I can't wait to put in the second raised section, and I wonder if I should work on that in the time to come, or if I should. I have a idea, or sort of a vague, very vague idea of a skyscraper, or at least an office building. I can't build skyscrapers. I don't think I have the bricks for it, but I have an idea for an office building that's inspired by the old Ice Planet 2002 theme, which is a space theme from somewhere in the 90s. And that's because I have a lot of those orange transparent pieces that I love to use for something. So I think an office building based on that space theme would be interesting. So let me know in the comments below if you have any kind of ideas or suggestions, or maybe just comments in general. I'd love to hear it. But that is all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like, and subscribe, and hope I'll see you folks next time.